Well, dear brothers and sisters, today in this video I would like to explain what is higher self. So many people are trying to reach this higher self. Some people associate it with divine. Some people associate it with something inside of themselves that they are trying to aspire to fuse themselves to. And there are different concepts in it. Buddhists trying to reach nirvana, and they think that after reaching nirvana they will be enlightened and they will reach this higher self. Some other sects like Sufis, they're trying to do other practices for the same reason, to find this higher self, to find this something higher than they are. And as I see in all these aspirations that people are trying to reach for something out of themselves or something inside of themselves, but still something higher than they are. And here is a big misconcept in my understanding, because this brings a little bit of suffering as well into the world, because people sacrifice themselves, sacrifice their lives, and for example, they sit into meditation, they search for this higher self and dedicate this time for the searching and aspiration, and then they come out of the meditation and then they live their own life, and now they are not searching for this higher self. Now they are not trying to reach this higher self. They live in their own life, and then again they sit down into meditation, and then this time is for searching for higher self. Okay, so people divide their life between the time for meditation and reaching higher self, and then the life that they live for themselves. Okay, that's one thing. And then again, trying to reach this higher self, some people go to monasteries, and they sit in monasteries in solitude, they fast, they read many books, and they try to reach higher self. Some reach, some don't. But let me explain a little bit the different concept about this higher self and what it is. In my posts and in the book that I'm writing, I stopped calling higher self as a self. I rather refer to it as a higher nature. The one who you are is actually already self. You are already self. I am myself, you are yourself, we are selves. And there is no any other self. There is no higher self and there is no lower self. There is only you, one personality who is actually self. Okay? If there wouldn't be any self, if there wouldn't be any ego, then you wouldn't actually exist. Because that's what you actually are. You are self. So what is this that people reach, and what actually they should aspire for? It should be a higher nature. A higher nature. So you yourself should be seeking to express yourself through your higher nature. Let me explain this from the science perspective. We have one brain, but this brain consists of the three parts: reptilian brain, mammal brain, and human brain. So depending from which brain you operate at a particular moment, that's how you are. That's what's your nature at this particular moment. Okay? That's from scientific perspective. But from spiritual perspective, from the human perspective, you have to understand that if you are in your reptilian brain, or if you are in your mammal brain and acting from those parts of your brain, then you are not in your human brain, because you cannot be in all those three parts together. But when you are in your human brain, then all this higher nature suddenly becomes available for you, which was not available when you were in your mammal brain or reptilian brain. Okay? That's the scientific approach to it. But looking at the spiritual approach, only when you are in your human mind and your human brain, only then this higher self for you is becoming more and more available, this higher nature, okay? Because that's where you are relaxed, that's where you are calm, that's where you are most peaceful. Okay? So, higher nature, and how to go about it. You have to remember that you will not find this something higher self, because the concept itself is already not right in my understanding. Because imagine if you will meet your higher self one day, and then you shake your higher self's hand, so then you leave the possibility of separation again. Okay, so you will be separate again from your higher self, and that's not what you want, probably. So the way to go about this higher nature is to live your everyday life, making choices. The choice is important. How you choose to live, how you choose to talk, how you choose to think. Is your thoughts good? Are you thinking towards good of all? Are you thinking towards are you thinking the thoughts about everyone on this planet? Or your thoughts are selfish, your thoughts are fearful? Okay, so you yourself, you have to choose how you live. And in these choices, you either live your higher nature, or you live in your lower nature, which is more mammal and animalistic mind and animalistic behavior. Okay, so can you see the difference? Can you understand what it means? Higher nature when you choose to act as a human being, and your lower nature as you choose to act out of fear. And I would call this, animal brain, your animal nature. So this would be your lower nature. Okay? And then when you approach this process in this way, then you eliminate this seeking of something. Then you suddenly come back to yourself. Then you suddenly in your normal self, being here and now, enjoying here and now, and either acting one way or the other. Again, there is no judgment here. There shouldn't be any judgment, because if you're acting from your lower self, you're acting from your lower self. If you're acting from your higher self, that's how it is. So here you solve a lot of hassle. You take away a lot of hassle. You solve something that you become more happier by being here and now and acting in a certain way, rather than seeking for something, getting out of yourself and not being here and now and not being happy about where you stand and who you are at this particular moment. Okay? So that much about this higher self and lower self, or rather higher nature and your lower nature. And comment, say what you think, tell what are your thoughts about it, and let's discuss. You may not agree with me, you may have a different perspective about it, you may read something different in the books. Let's discuss, have a nice discussion. Okay, and for now, enjoy your day, take care.